I just wanted to highlight a few new features that I've added this week to the screener. So we've got a new filter called the 10-week moving average and the 40-week moving average. We've also got this columns section here. So starting with the columns, if you click on that, it then pops up a list down here of all of the available columns that you can have in the table. So for example, at the moment, the ones that are shown by default, ticker, name, sector, sub-industry, price, SATA score, SATA change, Mansfield RS and relative strength change are, you can see that they're depressed. So if we want to add another one, you just click and add. You can see the GICS industries have now been added. We want to add market cap, for example, down here, and we want to add weekly closing range percent. So these are good starting point, I would say, if you wanted to add some. And then within this table now, you can also, I've made it so that you can just click and drag and then move across anywhere using your mouse, or if you're on mobile, you can just use obviously your fingers. So you can see we've got market cap, you've got the weekly closing range percent over there, and then we've got industry. So now when you filter, if you're going through and you were looking for the software stocks, for example, so you can see you've got all of the software industry, and that encompasses the system software and the application software sub-industries. So 305 stocks currently, for example, with those. So you can get out of that by resetting. And there's another way you can do it in the table here. So when you reset overall, it only resets the filter. You don't reset the columns. So within these columns here, I've also got a reset. So if you want to go back to the default, you can either just turn them off individually, or if you scroll down to the bottom of this, there's a reset columns button. So if we click on that, it will reload the page, and then you're back to the starting format. So it saves the state that you're in. So when you leave the page and come back, it will reload whatever columns you had set up. I did start setting up for reordering the columns today, but that needs a little bit more work. So in time, we'll be able to do that as well, and that'll be particularly useful for the mobile. Okay, the next one I wanted to talk about is the new 10-week MA filters. So we've got a few options within this. So when you click on that, you've got, it's either above the 10-week moving average, below the 10-week moving average, it's crossing above it, or it's crossing below it. So for example, if we're looking for stocks in what's called stage 4B minus or stage 4 minus, those that are in stage 4 and they're starting to recover, coming back up through the 50-day moving average / 10-week moving average here, they're slightly different, but we can look for crosses above the 10-week moving average. So a good little filter to find 4B minus stocks is to start with that. You want to get your average volume up. So this is average weekly volume. So for example, 1.5 million a week is 300k a day. So that gets a little bit of a quality filter going on there. And with 4B minus stocks, you want them to be strong. You want them to be moving through the 10-week moving average. So you want them to be closing in the upper quarter of the bar. So i.e. this is the weekly candle. You want it to be closing in the upper 25% or so. So you can see we've got down to 71 results there. And also with stage 4B minus, what you're looking for, and stage 4 minus, is them to have a weak SATA score. Particularly, they'll be in the lower ranges, either a 1 or a 2. So what we do is we flip the SATA score here, and you can see now we've got these options. So if I click open a couple of these, just do it on different pages so you can see. Then we come through, so you can see we've got 4 minus here. Let me zoom back out a little bit so you can see a little bit easier. See, 4 minus, just so this is what we're looking for here. You're just coming back through the 10-week moving average. It's in stage 4 and it's starting to turn back up again. So this is stage 4 minus. So the longer it goes on, after 3 quarters, it would turn into a 4B minus. So it's just a 4 minus. Get there. So you can see again crossing through that 10-week moving average. So this one just through there, OGN, NSIT here. So this is how you can quickly find stage 4 minus and stage 4B minus stocks. So as I said, you need to flip it around and get the SATA score up to a 1, and then you can click through these and go through, or you can export them and open them up in TradingView or whatever software platform you use, for example. So that's that one. Another way that you can use the 10-week, the cross above the 10-week moving average is on the strong side. So what again we're looking for, cross above the 10-week moving average, and then we want it to be closing in the upper quarter or the upper half of the bar, ideally the upper quarter, so it's a strong close. But this time we're looking for strong SATA scores. So with these ones, you'll be, if we click through a few of these, actually we get the market cap up on these as well to get down to a smaller amount of results. So we'll start with the stronger ones on these, and again I'll open up a few of these. We just go through. So that one, I believe, is actually that one's a gap and go type one. I think it's a merger one that's different. So this is kind of the idea of what we're looking for. It's rebounding back through that 10-week moving average. So again, through the 10-week moving average, through there. So it's rebounds in stage 2 already. You sometimes might get different ones from lower points, but a lot of the time it will just be a stock trying to get back through. So on a weekly chart, it will look like it's just coming back through the 10-week moving average. You've got the daily chart up here, for example. So scroll up and see it's just rebounding back through here. So, and again, eBay, similar kind of move back through the 10-week moving average this week. So that's another scan that you can do with that. What else did I want to show you? So if we reset that again and come back, so the 40-week moving average has the same options. So when you're looking for stage 2A, so the breakout week into stage 2, a lot of the time it will be crossing the 200-day, the 40-week moving average around a similar point. There are other considerations as well. That's one of them. So that's a good starting point for that. SATA score needs to be strong as well. If it's not strong, obviously across above the 40-week moving average, when it's not strong, then it's still generally not. So, and then again, we're looking for stronger moves, looking for, generally you want them to be above their 10-week moving average as well. At that point, we want it to have some decent relative volume. So you can see there's not much going on this week with the weak market. Again, if we click through some of these, back into stage 2 here. So these, that one's a 2A for Accolade today, and then HXL. So another one just moving into 2A there. Equinox back into stage 1 again. SATA score moving from a 1 to a 6 this week. So could quickly move if we get the daily chart up on that. You'll see it's back above its 200-day moving average. So there's a chance that could push back towards, probably back through there. It could start to get back towards 2 as well. So there's another quick way you can do it. On strong weeks, you'll get lots of results. On weeks like that we've got at the moment, you obviously won't get that many with that one. But again, lots of different ways that you can use these for either rebounds. On the flip side, the moving back below the 10-week moving average is another good one. When you also look for a SATA score that is weak. So you're crossing back down, and then you're looking for a close in the lower quarter of the bar. So if you're looking for continuation breakdowns, for example, so we click through a couple of these, let's see what we get. So maybe too strong actually. 1 second. We need to add the 40-week moving average filter with these as well. So these are just breakdowns. So we want those that are already below their 40-week moving average as well. So let's try it again. Get our average volume up. I'll show you what I'm looking for. So it's this kind of move back through here. They're normally already below the 30-week moving average as well. I need to add the 30-week moving average into that scan. Do I need to go weaker with these? I may need to go weaker. One more. Let's go to the other end of these. So flip it to a SATA score of 0. That's more what I'm looking for. So we're looking for the continuation breakdowns that are already in stage 4, and they've pulled back to the 10-week moving average, and they're rolling back over again. So we're generally going to be looking for weaker SATA scores, those with a 1 or a 0. So if we click for a couple more of these, you'll see what I mean. So just breaking back down through the 10-week moving average again. So that could be a good way to look for continuation breakdowns as well. And obviously you can do the flip of that on the upside. So the cross above the 10-week moving average and above the 40-week moving average, close in the upper quarter, etc. So there's a number of other different scans that you can use for these as well. So you can also use them as just quality filters. So looking for stocks, and you can just say if they're above their 50-day moving average or they're below. So you might, for example, want something that's already strong. It's already potentially in stage 2. So it's got a SATA score of 6 to 10. So decent average volume again. And then you might want to be looking for something that's strong but has pulled back. It's dropped back below its 10-week moving average. So if we have a look at a couple of these, so we can just see what we got. And you probably still want a close in the upper half of the bar at least there. So let's get a couple. So you can see it's pulled back into that 10-week moving average, pulled back, squatting a little bit, but it's just underneath the 10-week moving average, but it's still in stage 2. So that's again another way that you could use those scans and the new filters on this to find different types of stocks, those that are in pullback positions. So as I said, lots of different ways that you could use the new filters. That's just a few examples off the top of my head, just from a quick look. But there'll be lots of ways to find stage 4 B-, 2 B-, obviously continuation moves in stage 2, pullbacks in stage 2, etc. So, and in the coming weeks, we're looking to add the stages from the pages. So we've got the stages on here, so we're aiming to get that into the actual screener as well, and then we'll be able to scan directly for changes to 2A or 2B- or 4B-, etc. So it'll be a lot easier, and then we can use these as well as quality filters. So these are the 3 new tools that I've added this week so far: the 10-week moving average, 40-week moving average filters, and the new column filters, so that you can add obviously different stuff into your table. So hopefully you find that useful, and I'll see you on the next video.